So we got here MSR kettle, 3 cups, just about full, right to where it starts to come up. It's 3 cups. We got this. We got this titanium 3-piece pot stand. You can get it online. If anybody's interested, I'll put a link. Fast to. This is a cable used with those holes to keep them together. But I just slide it into this glass case along with this wind block. Now, what I'm going to show years ago, 7, 8 years ago, 6, 7, 8 years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, everybody was making these alcohol stoves. Well, I saw this Arizona along with this, what's that beer, the green, well, whatever that beer is, not important. And figured, you know what, I'm gonna make one. So I took, and I'll put a link to the video where he shows how to do this, but I took this stand, for example, and from the perfect height from where you want this sitting to where you want the top of the flame, you want about an inch, roughly an inch, maybe a little under an inch, 900 thousandths or so. But it's perfect on this one because I took this rim and made it from here to here to the bottom, and then I got a board and I cut a board 2x4 just at that height to where if I put a Sharpie on there and I put it next to it and I walked the can around it, it would make a mark. And I just cut down with scissors. I just took scissors and cut down from the top and cut it real nice. And then about every 250 thousandths, every quarter inch, get your needle nose, go down the same amount, which I did about 3/4 of an inch, give it a slight tweak all the way around, and then the other one will press fit right on it, and it's a real tight fit. Inside there I put 3-inch thick insulation, house insulation, that works like a wick. So alcohol just doesn't slosh around, it works like a wick and causes the fumes to come up better. And I drilled a hole here. Size is not important, about the size of a pencil lead, a little bit bigger. That's just for filling it. And then for these, I think I did a drill bit number 30 all the way around. How I did that is just here and here, and here and here. And then I split that, and then I split that, and I just kept splitting them just by eyeball marking it. And I took a push pin and push all the way around. Then with number 30 drill, that way the drill doesn't walk. Drilled it all the way around. And this is just a large albacore can, and I bent these up with pliers all the way around. That's gonna work is to get this primed. You put a little bit of alcohol, the alcohol stays in this little trough. Put that in there, put a little alcohol. You fill this up with alcohol. This holds exactly, almost exactly 3 ounces. That's what I have here, 3 ounces. And I'll fill that up, and any excess I'll put in here, and then I'll drip some up and light it. Boom. This will get this to kick off real fast. When it does, it's called a penny stove, because when it does, you block that one flame right there with a penny, causing the alcohol to only burn through these, giving it, if you got this way, it's just gonna burn faster. It's not gonna get done any faster. It's just gonna go through the alcohol a little bit faster. So put it in here, keeps the flame on the outside. Exactly 1 inch from the hole to the top of this high point, this peak. So, and then I got this. Say you're cooking lunch and you're at the same campground. You're not gonna move anywhere, but you're all done cooking and you still have fuel. This is just another one. Just boom, snub it, leave it. Alcohol won't evaporate as fast, and you can just add to it for dinner, so you can conserve your fuel. Now I've got this camera set up here, got the wind block. I've got the fence over here blocking it, so it's perfect conditions. And I'm going to set this up with 3 ounces of alcohol, 3 cups of fuel, and see how fast it'll take to where it boils through here and here. So I'm going to put the timer on, and I'm not going to stop it until it's a rolling boil coming out here and here. And then I'll pull this off, stop the timer, stop the timer, see what the time is, and continue the timer, and see how much longer the 3 ounces will burn. Getting back to the alcohol stoves. To do 1 cup, it took about a half an ounce of fuel, roughly. I wanted to use the full 3 ounces. Just so I can see how long it burns. And as you can see, 3 ounces is about all that stove will hold, cut at those dimensions. That's lit. Matter of fact, I'm going to back this camera up a little bit. Went out. That's not going to go out. It's a perfect fit stand. So I'm starting the stopwatch. There we go. I'm gonna let this run the full time here. Set it down here next to the camera. And once that blooms, looks like it already has. Block off the center hole. And I think you have to use a below 1982 penny because they started using more zinc and it'll melt. So we'll let that sit there and see how long it takes before we get a rise. We have steamage. Look at that. $8:56. 8:58. Say 9 minutes. 9 minutes, we have rolling boilage. So at 9 minutes, we have pot overflow. And we will let that go and see how long See, right now, if I was back in camp, what I would do is, boom. If we're back in camp, what I would do is snuff that and save that fuel. But I want to see how long that thing burns. We're at 9 minutes 48 seconds right now. Approaching 20 minutes here. 19 minutes 41 seconds. And let's see. Oh, bump the camera. Yeah. Let's see. We still have flame. Hot flame. Flame. We still have flame. You know, it's sputtering there. We're at 20 minutes and 21 seconds. So I can hear it starting to sputter. We're just going to call that 21 minutes. At 21 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put that out. Actually, I don't think I'm going to have to put it out. I think, yeah, okay. 20 minutes and 55 seconds. Just under 21 minutes with 3 ounces of fuel. Okay, 3 ounces of fuel, 21 minutes. And I put a little in here to prime it. So this stove is real hot, but it'll hold 3 ounces. If any of you are interested, I'll show the dimensions and pictures towards the end. You'll see how far I cut from there to there, in case you want to duplicate it. But if you do duplicate it with 3 ounces, you can get just under 21 minutes. 3 ounces of 3 cups of water, full rolling boil. So, pretty cool. These are good for baking. If you're baking, look up batchstoves.com. That guy has the best stoves for baking. Batchstoves.com. Stoves with a Z at the end instead of an S. Batchstoves.com. I'll put a link to him down below. But if you want to do your do-it-yourself baking, you could use this in a big old huge, like a Folgers can. You can make yourself a full pack of cornbread. It works. Anyway, thanks for watching. I used. I'll put a link to it down below too. I bought all this stuff on my own. None of this was given to me to try out. I bought it all on my own just to try it. After making that stove, I went 3 or 4 different pot stands that I had, and they weren't the right height. So I used just rocks, and that's kind of hard. So, and then that's just the bottom of another can. So it took 3 cans to make. I just keep it in a neoprene glass case. And let's see. There's the one it came with. And it also came with a little wire. Oh, there it is. It comes with a little wire thing like this to hold it together, which is not very practical. If you want to slip it in something flat, you can slip it right in there with your wind block.